It happens every day across our state and nation, in large cities and small towns. It happens when you least expect it. We're talking about financial institution robberies. You've seen the headlines. Financial institution robberies are increasing at an alarming rate as emboldened and desperate criminals look for quick cash and a clean getaway. It happened to Dallas-based financial institution, as CEO Susan Chism explains.
The robbery occurred right before closing time, which is a very vulnerable time in financial institutions. The teller was actually about to close out for the day, and the gentleman came in just at the last moment before the door was locked.
Just how common are financial institution robberies? With few exceptions, the number of robberies has climbed steadily each year for the last 6 decades. The trends are alarming, but will they continue? In the opinion of former bank robber Troy Evans, yes.
In 1992, I was convicted of 5 armed bank robberies over a 6-month crime spree when I was 28 years old and was sentenced to 7.5 years in federal prison. Today, what I'm looking to do is help you, quote, robber-proof your institutions through the sharing of my experiences and my knowledge and having interviewed over 300 convicted robbers. First and foremost, I don't think I'm telling anybody who's watching this tape today anything they don't already know when I tell you that robbery is not as Hollywood portrays it. There's nothing glamorous about it. The people who are committing these crimes are strung out on drugs, they have a gambling debt to pay, they have a house that's about to be foreclosed on. It's very, very much an act of desperation, and it's my belief that it's very much here to stay based on several reasons that I will get into a little bit later.
I think robberies are increasing in financial institutions for several types of reasons. One, there are more financial institutions today than there have been over the past 20 years. There seems to be more competitiveness within the financial arena. There's more products available, and there are just more locations. It seems like there's one on every corner. So that's one of the reasons. Another is the basic problem of a lot of the people that attempt to rob banks is they think it's easy. So they need the money, or they think they need the money, and that's where the money is. They've always been told that, and contrary to a lot of beliefs, it's not where all the money is, but when you compare the risk with the reward.
What's taking place is people are going into our prison systems and are becoming educated as far as policies when it comes to financial institutions, and they're being released with the knowledge that financial institutions and their employees are trained to do pretty much what the robber tells them to do as far as handing over the money. Obviously, that's a great policy. You want to get them in and out. You don't want anybody harmed.
This training video is designed to help your financial institution, its managers, and employees learn how to reduce your risk of being robbed, how to respond in the event of a robbery, and what to do after a robbery to aid law enforcement in the apprehension of the criminal and hopefully recover what was taken. Though this video provides a number of ideas for your consideration, every financial institution must establish its own policies and procedures based on its unique structural, operational, and financial realities. We invite you to use this video as one tool in your arsenal to help you train your team and improve the odds that no one will be harmed if your financial institution is robbed.
The last thing they want is somebody who is going to play Joe Hero, somebody who might try to intervene, might try to stop what they're there to do. And I've been my belief in my personal dealings and also in interviewing these 300 individuals that if there's any kind of male presence, whether it's a teller, whether it's a loan officer, whether it's somebody who comes in line behind them, that male presence alone can keep them from choosing your individual institution.
You may find helpful language and ideas and the sample procedures included in the resource section of this disc. Spell out all of your security procedures in writing, then train your team regularly, at least once a year, to make sure everyone understands the procedures that can help deter robberies and prevent violence should a robbery occur. Keep track of those training sessions by having employees fill out a participation form, such as the one included in the resource section of this disc. These should be kept in personnel files in case they are needed by auditors or insurers. Financial institutions should also include another requirement among their preventative measures.
He handed me a note that was folded up that said, "This is a robbery, give me all your money." And not having been to any robbery training and knowing nothing about it, I took the note to my manager and said, "What do you want me to do with this?" And she said, "Give him your money." So at that point, I go back over to my station. I start counting out all the money. The man gets irritated that I'm taking too long because I'm still thinking to myself, this has got to be a joke. I'm not getting robbed. So I'm taking the money out a little too slow. He takes his gun out and he said, "You better hurry or I will shoot you."
Bank robbers have a plan, and it's a very simple plan. They want to come in and get the money and get out as fast as they can. From a financial institution standpoint, they should cooperate with that person. Their objective is to stay safe, and the way you do that is cooperate with the bank robber, give them what they want or demand, and get them out of the bank. That way you can maintain a safe environment.
Your financial institution has just been robbed. Weapons may be brandished. Lives may be threatened. Given the significant stress associated with a robbery, proper training and scenario training are essential in helping your team take the correct actions immediately following a robbery.
Train, and do more training, and then recognize the fact that you're still not going to be prepared when it happens. It is a tremendous violation of the person who's approached and of the institution. You need to remember that in turnover, we sometimes forget who's been trained and who hasn't, so it actually needs to be scheduled. There needs to be a timeline of how often you do your training.